and welcome to yet another episode of Shrishti, a podcast which talks about real stories, real enlightenments, and real journeys. I am very happy to roll out this episode. We have come to the eighth episode now, and my heart is filled with gratitude for each one of you who has been supporting me directly and indirectly, who's been watching these episodes and sharing their feedback. uh, it shows how much these episodes are meaningful. The intent was always to reach out to the one who need it, and the numbers do not matter as much as the impact does. So once again, thank you for being a supportive member of Shrishti. And in this episode, I'm very excited to welcome someone and sit down for a conversation with someone who is very real in her approach. The way she has designed her life is remarkable because it is her own journey, her own realizations from early life which led her to do what she's doing today. She is in the field of education, she's in the field of guidance, in the field of coaching. She's also very active in the social work initiatives, and now she has realized that if there is a change which needs to come, that it certainly requires a power which is within and power which is also outside. So join me in welcoming Jimmy Devi Thokchom, the founder and director of Your Future Star LLP, which is a career counseling firm. She's a certified career analyst and counselor. She is also an author and a certified soft skills trainer in the world of corporate and a POSH trainer. Her mission and vision is very simple yet very powerful. She wants to empower children, empower kids and their parents, especially in the tier 3, tier 4 cities of India, in the villages, in the towns, where proper guidance is what is lacking even today. So she reaches out to places like these and she helps children identify what their strength could be. Her journey comes from a place where she realized that it is not the caliber or the potential, but the choices we make that define how the life gives us the return. She is also a motivational public speaker and is one of the Triple Crown awardees of International Toastmasters Club. So join me in welcoming Jimmy Devi Thokchom and see what she has to say about her journey and about the journeys that she's empowering. Thank you. Welcome to Shrishti, ma'am, and we're very honored to have you here and look forward to learn a lot of things from a powerful personality like you. So, to begin with, please help us understand a little bit about yourself and what experiences shaped the journey that you've taken.
Okay. First, I would like to thank you, Nivedita, the Srishti Foundation, for giving me this platform, the opportunity where, I think I can explain myself well so that it can inspire the group and the people in and around, irrespective of whatever the age. I will try my best to do so because this is what my profession is all about, actually. Right. In a very brief notes, I would like to say that my name, as you know, my name is Jimmy Devi Thokchom. I belong to the state of Manipur, northeastern India. However, I have been brought up in Assam, and it's a multicultural that I have, been nurtured since my childhood. For my identity as a human being, that is from the root that I have been nurtured by my grandparents back then, and this is what I'm following as uh, a refined, I would say, because to be a good human being, it is not for a day or a two, or it doesn't come with a profession. It is something that is very rooted and as a human being, I have been rooted, nurtured that way that I'm grounded, I'm humble, all that. I mean, I don't hesitate to say that because this is what I have learned. And the credit goes to my grandparents, whom I have stayed back because my parents were always, in a transferable job and was not with us. So that is one. But what I'm today in a professional career, it took me a long to be here, frankly speaking, because time unfolds, and we need to go along with the time. And time has taught us so many things that uh, every day it's a new day for me. Every day I think that somewhere I'm lacking behind. I need to brush up. I need to learn, and that's how I have cultivated in this, span of 20 odd years, to understand what exactly I'm looking for. And well, now and in late 40s, when I have understood what life is all about, what I can give, it's not only about pursuing a career and earning. It's more about to a service that we need to give it. Because it's always says that, teachers or the doctors, they need to serve to the society. But we understand that as a human being, we need to serve to the society. So this is what in the course that, I have inculcated, and I have groomed myself to become what a Jimmy as a career counselor, Jimmy as a, soft skill trainer, Jimmy as a parent, Jimmy as somebody who is doing, social activities in and around the northeastern India. So this is what it's all time who has played a job. It's a game that is unfolding, the chapter unfolding. But yes, we need to understand and go along with the flow. And today I'm here with you.
Wonderful, wonderful. That was a very beautiful introduction, I would say, because, like you rightly said, being a good human being is something, and understanding that service as a human is very important.
Yes.
So I really appreciate what you've said. So, coming to your like career choices, was there any experience or was there any event which helped you understand, especially on the front of service that you emphasized? Was there any event
Mhm.
that happened and let you know that no, this is what I need to pursue now?
Yes, that's what in my first introduction I said that, time plays a very big role. And it's not all about, working in a corporate world or working whatever the profession you are in and earning just money. It's all about what you can contribute. And that came, I mean, it was already inside me because I belong to a family where it's all in and around doctors. That my grandmother being a, social activist that time, way back in the years of independence. We have grown, I mean, looking out all these things, right? She is a very powerful social worker. So we always wanted to be like her. You have somebody. So humanitarian ground, service is both grandparents have influenced me, and that is how when I was working, it's always a vacuum was there, though the job was good because I have started in a contact center industry, then evolving around the human resource, worked in a project with WHO and all. It was a good opportunity, no doubt. Yes, being a woman, there are little ups and downs. You need to have a gap in your life. You have to pause a beat, give time to your, family. Those things happen. It's very common. What else after that? So that was a very nice time that I got, where I introspect and understood that what exactly I'm looking for. And you, Nivedita, you have to actually look for it. Okay, sometimes it is just lying in front of you, but you ignore because you have so many things, so many responsibilities in life. So you just ignore it. But you, as a person, you need to love yourself. When you self-love, then you can give love. Right? So that's how. In late 40s, it started. I was in abroad for a couple of years. So when I came back, I was trying to see what to do. It's been long that I left my job. There was a pause of good 12 years in my career. So, I mean, upgrading my skills, learning from institute, premier institute like I am, Indore and all things happened, but I was not satisfied. I would not say content, like this is not the end of the content. I was looking for more. Okay. So there only I understood that why not getting into something that fulfill what I exactly want. Why I'm saying is there may be many profession, but choosing a career, leaving human resource, leaving contact center industry, leaving training and everything behind, I was just trying to see if I can become a career counselor. There is an event in my life that happened and which actually pushed me towards this. When I was in 10 plus 2. As I said, my upbringing was like medical family, doctors, daddy doctor, grandfather, aunties, and all. So when I always say, when I give, lectures and all, I always edit that I was a born doctor. But this is how in our Indian society, right? Uh, Police
Yes.
का बेटा पुलिस होगा, doctor के बच्चे doctor होंगे, that engineers and engineers. So that happened with me also. And in our time, there was nothing like, career counseling. We've been very good, honest, very good child, whatever the parents or local guardian or they will say yes to it. So I have, experienced something, setback in my life when I took science in my 10 plus 2. Not that I was not good in study. I was very good in study. I could have done very well. But I was not like, from inside my heart, I was not into a science. I'm kind of a person who is like, I'm people's person. So when we say people's person, so there are many other subject options, but we didn't explore that time. So it was like, you do 10 plus 2 and then go for, medical and all. And I would not say unfortunately. Fortunately, it happened that I flunked in 10 plus 2. Just a minimal marks, 1 or 2 marks here and there. So God has been kind and God has given me, another chance so that I can do. But yes, it was not easy because a child like me, a student like me who was a topper, who was in a good books, suddenly flunked and then, oh my, like, oh wow, what happened? What happened to you? So yes, I didn't study, so I will flunk. Simple as it is. But why I didn't study, why I didn't clear my exam at one go, so there's a reason behind it. So when I analyze all those reasons, there I thought that no, there's a subject. The subject choice was wrong. Proper counseling was not done. We are not aware of different careers. So those are the things which actually, I wasted a good 2 to 4 years of my life doing that. So I don't want the students to go through it, my child to go through it. I don't want to force. I would like to request all the parents, as a parenting coach also, I would like to say that please do not force, rather sit with your children and discuss those things. Nowadays you have lots of facilities, you have lots of career options, 3000 plus career options. Not required that he or she is giving her best friend is attempting neat and you should go for it. Not like that. Every individual is
Right.
different. Every individual is unique, rather, I would say, right? So give them the opportunity. So that is where it clicked in my mind that no, career counseling is something that I want to do. And I want to do it for the tier three, tier four cities, a small town or the villages, interior of India, because they need it more than the metropolitan cities. I being based in Bangalore, I understand. I can run the business, just online business. I can earn in good 5, 10K just sitting 30 minutes. But in the interior part of India, they won't be able to do that. So that is the part of the social service that I do, where I do not charge, or a minimal, maybe some technical tools they use, they have to just pay for that or whatever. If possible, I'll just give free, that kind of. But yes, as my mentor, I have a mentor, international mentor, Ron Malhotra, who always used to say, if you don't have the glass full of water, how will you pour half of it? Your intentions are good. You know everything what you want to do. However, you need to have your glass full to pour the half of the water. That's how I fill my glass in some or the other way. And there, thanks to the metropolitan, cosmopolitan, the good people, the highly, educated people who helped me by doing career counseling of their children. But yes, those again, those earnings, those revenue being generated, I try to put here because list of the expectations from this in and around the interior part of the India. I will not just focus on northeast, but the in and around India being, how uh, it is the need of the hour. And potential is very high. When I go through the villages, the towns, the potentials are very high, but they don't understand. So I help them doing that. I will not say help, I enable them, because help is something that always say, free, free, free. No, I enable them. I empower them. I try to influence them, inspire them. They come up and then I do my thing. So they have to come up. So that is what I put in. And they come up, then we take it further. Yeah, that is the 360-degree, from HR to a career counseling to a coach, that all these things happen. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And there are many takeaways from this actually. I think, like we say, whatever happens, happens for a reason. So what the
Yes.
time that you had to, be away from your main line, it helped you understand so much to the core because very rightly said that They just need that enlightenment. And it is very true that, if you're just distributing things or anything, if you're doing it for free, it loses value. Right.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So that is why avoid saying the word called help. It's always enabling. Yeah. So that they also have some kind of a value and I also add some value. This is what. Mhm.
So this passion of yours to enable them, I understand it is a service, but is it also something that brings healing, self healing to you?
Yes, definitely. See, I mean, just simple example. You are going for a party, maybe you have some sari which costs 20, 30K, but there is a sari which is just $1,000. But that is something that you wanted to wear on that day. So even though, somebody push you, oh, you wear the heavy sari and all, you may not feel that comfortable, that satisfactory level. Wherein you are just, wearing a plain sari of $1,000, but you are confident. Okay. So this is where the difference comes. Simple example.
So uh, I would just reflect a little bit back on the time when times were tough. So what is it that brought strength in you? From where did you derive the strength to keep going and still find a way out?
Okay. First thing we need to understand, life was never meant to be easy. Life was never meant to be easy. If we are expecting the life to be very smooth like a cream, we are the most foolish person. Life as it goes should be tough, and that makes you tough. When you deal with the tough, that makes you tough. It's not that you have, yeah, I mean, I understand it's a God gifted. Some people have, inborn qualities, and some people just make it with the time. But yes, it is all time which plays. Okay. There may be, I have seen people who like very meek, dependent on husband, have a small baby, never went out, never stepped out from the house. Okay. And suddenly, very sad, unfortunate event happened with the husband being in army. One day gone. Who will take care of the family? And that time, that tough time made that woman so tough that today she is holding the gun. Her daughter is studying medical science abroad. That widow, you know. So time being tough teach us to be tough. You need to be resilient. See, we are human beings. We are emotionally drenched now. If somebody cries, I cry along with them. But that cry, that tears doesn't make me meek, or you can't say that she's so weak. No, that is my strength. I cry it out because I want to empathize. If I'm not crying, if I'm not empathizing, that means am I a stone? No, I'm a human being. I cannot see tears in someone else's eyes. And that is the reason that I'm in this profession because many people cry afterwards. When I was in Delhi, studying from Delhi University, I saw many students coming and then struggling a lot, crying, regretting on their profession, regretting on the subject chosen. They don't have money. So many things, right? So when you empathize, you go through along with them, you will understand how it is. So that doesn't make me meek. So more people I meet up every day, different kind of a people, different kind of a scenario, all that gives me the vitamins, the proteins that I required, I will say, in the medical term. All that energy that I require, it comes from the people in and around, the situation in and around to understand them. But yes, analyzing, empathizing, not sympathize, okay? Sympathize will just, you will sympathize today, tomorrow it will go away. But when you walk on their, you put yourself in their shoes and then walk along with them, you will understand. And that boosts me. That boosts me. I'm seriously telling you, uh, I will just forget who am I. I will be like them. When I'm in the field, I'm like exactly like them. I just forget who am I, which family I belong to, I had my meal or not. I'll just forget everything. So that gives me the drive, the human power, the manpower. That's what.
Wonderful, wonderful. And again, I think one very important point here is that when you said that you have to be emotional, you have to understand your emotions, only then you can empathize with others. And so,
Yes.
a profession like this, any coach, any social service that we do, I think it really needs our emotions to be in place first.
Right. Right.
Only then.
First, yeah, exactly. Then to understand the other people. I mean, you being a NLP trainer, you will understand how these things happens, right? Psychologically also. So this is very important. This is important. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so moving ahead, a very interesting one. I want to understand, did you ever feel limited by what others expected of you, especially as a woman?
Uh, See, instances are there. I mean, I cannot pinpoint one or two because every now and then, we being in the society that we are in, you will face that. Uh, Limitations are there. So many things. It's only not only about limitations. You know how our Indian societies are. But what is important is that, does that really matter? What is your purpose? Okay. I mean, if I have to count on the limitation, if I have to count on many things, who is saying what and all these things, I can do it, possible, not possible, then I won't be able to step out from the house, I think. Okay. So ignoring all those things. Because even if I prioritize that, I solve one, another one will come for sure. So why not to just accept it? You know, people expectations. As I said, do not forget that we are human beings. We say that, do not expect so much from me. No, they will expect because I also expect. I will say, but I will also expect. Don't we expect from our children good marks? At the end of the day, we expect. We expect our children to be very good, very humble, listen to us, by getting into disciplinary lifestyle, getting good marks, everything. Expectations are there. When there is no expectation, there won't be purpose. There won't be that that thrive inside. Expectation makes that. So there's nothing bad. There's nothing bad. Limitations is okay. Limitations, you need to just cross that. If it is possible, it crosses. If it is not possible, try to do under that limitations only. But never crush that expectation. Let them expect. You also expect. I also expect. That expectation, the thrive will move you ahead. Okay, I will not say nothing negative about expectation, nothing negative about limitation. You need to just understand yourself, the best of you, what you can do, and the limitations you can overcome. And the limitations are sometimes very powerful. That limitations will give you the power, the encouragement, that confidence that you need. This is what I have learned from my life. Okay, I'm not just saying like that because this many years I have learned, I have faced myself. And I'm in another location today, and I have thousands of people working with me, and there are limitations for them, limitations for me, but we are still working. That's all.
Wonderful. Great, great. So, yes, very rightly said. When we have that inner connect, then it makes it easier because externally we cannot change things, but when internally we grow strong, we can do it.
Yes.
So, is there like any tool that inner tool or any activity that you do when you're like full of maybe fear or self doubt? Because it happens in life, ups and downs are there. So, what do
Yes.
you do when you have such a situation?
Another small example, I will say, this fear, this thought of, will I be successful? Will I survive? What will happen? Is this going to be an accident? If this incident going to happen, incidents are planned, but incident turn into accident. Just small again example. I tour a lot. Okay, so we go by plane. Aren't we taking our life to a risk? It is. When the turbulence is there, you remember only one. Okay?
Right.
With remembering only one, what we say, life and death, we are not the one who to decide. Then we start praying, please forgive for anything bad that I have done, any people hurt and all. We are ready for the last ride, knowingly or unknowingly. Okay. Fear is always there. That is one fear that is always there. You never know what will happen, what will happen, you don't know, situational. And other fear, I would say nervousness, fear is good. That makes you more prepared. If you being very bindas and don't care, unprepared all the time, it doesn't work. Okay. Fear and nervous is something that makes you prepared. I knew today I have podcast with Nivedita. I know myself. I know that whatever the question she will put across, I'll be able to answer. At the same time, I will have butterflies in my stomach because I don't want to give you any false information. I don't want to give you any false hope. I don't want to influence with false incident or any practical that I have done. So I have to be very careful regarding that. So those kind of a nervousness and fear is always good to have. Even the public speaker, that the best of the public speakers in the world. I'm sure even the if you say Brian Tracy or Jim Rohn and all, those many people also, they also have this nervousness and fear when they go on the stage. Even my mentor, being the best of the public speaker, Mr. Malhotra, he also says that I also get nervous. And the same, we all, when the nervousness and fear is not there, that means you are losing on that feeling and you won't be able to express. Feeling has to be there to express. So that's one feeling that we have, and that's a God gifted.
Great. Actually, it's a very powerful input that you've given because very rightly said, whatever position we are at, wherever we like, I also read somewhere that if you see the best of speakers before they go onto the stage, they always have sweaty palms or sweaty forehead. It's there with everybody, and it's very
Yes,
natural.
very
So,
natural, very natural.
so acceptance, like you mentioned earlier, also, I think accepting that is the power that we can gain out of it.
Yes, true.
Great, great. In my next segment, I have some like three or four questions, which is not a rapid fire, it's like a quick mix and little bit
Okay.
deviating from the topics that we are talking. This is more
Fine,
as a person.
fine.
It would be one word or one line answer like that.
Uh-huh.
So, what is your one food intelligence? Something you cannot resist.
One food that I cannot resist.
Yes.
It's always, I think, you cannot resist water. Even if you are not thirsty, if you see water, you will drink. So, no, no, food and beverages all included is water.
Oh, great. One thing that you like to do in your lazy hour. I'm sure you don't get many lazy hours as such, but whenever you do, what would you like to do?
Uh, who doesn't want to sleep? I think lazy ass means sleep. And for a mother, for somebody who is always on tour and hanging after their children, lazy hour means to sleep, to have a good nap of an hour or two. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, okay, one expensive hobby of yours.
Uh-huh. Uh, See, I'm not a person who actually, let me just elaborate, because otherwise people will not say that, oh, she is saying something. I mean, she's not saying truth. People will say like that. Everyone has some or the other dream and all, as you say, expensive. For me, expensive is having the life that you want. As in, there are many things, okay? I cannot point out on one. But the most expensive thing, if in a material form, if I have to say, by being a woman could be, gold, diamonds, and clothing and all. No, my most expensive thing is that education these days is expensive, and whatever I want to pursue comes very expensive. I don't know. I mean, whichever course I want to do is very expensive. To me, this is where the expensive things. I mean, this is what I love to do. It's my favorite hobby to have good course, to learn good things. But that all comes expensive. I wish I get one or two again. I got it. I mean, thank God has been kind and thankful to God. But the more opportunity I get, I'm surely go ahead and do more upgrade of my skills and study a lot. That's what. Yeah.
That's lovely. I mean, your hobby is also something that is like it's so relevant. It's not something which is even if you put in, it's more like investment. Like we say, whatever we put in education is an investment. So
Investment, yeah.
yeah, so that's great. Okay. Any close friend that you're not in touch with but gave you like lessons in life? Not to name, but anyone you can remember, someone like that.
See, I'm kind of a person who is always in touch even after a year also. Okay, I'm not a forgetful person. I'm not a person who is not in touch with their childhood friends or college friends. I try my best to be in touch. So at least the minimal once in a year also I'll message them. So that is, at least that is not in me. I don't actually go for it. I'm always in touch with whosoever comes in my life. I feel like that one or the other way. maybe through conveying a message through somebody else, or just pinging them, sometimes just a missed call, I will do that, or sharing some tag, sharing something, I will do that, so they will just remember me, I will remember them. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. It's not possible to be in touch with so many people, right? Well, just, yeah, a simple smiley sometime will help, and that happens with me. I do that ritually. I do that.
You mentioned you're a people's person, so I'm sure
Yeah.
you.
Without them, I cannot. Without people, I cannot have a cup of tea in the evening. And my husband laugh at it, but this is true, because that is the energy that I need. This is where, yeah.
Okay, so last one in this segment I have is one line of appreciation to the person who has never been good to you. One line of appreciation for them.
Okay. Thank you for not being good to me. Because of that quality of yours, I'm being good to who those who are not good with me. Thank you for that quality that you possess. I cannot change, no. So that's an appreciation, I would say. Good that you have it.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So moving ahead a little bit, the talk that we have is now focused on women in general, because you've been working with so many as a career counselor, as a parenting counselor, as a social activist also. You must be seeing many social segments of the society.
Yes.
So, based on your experience, what silent pressures do you think women carry still today?
Very tough, and very legitimate question that you have asked. And answer to is not, again, cannot be one line. But in one line, I have to say, women everywhere, they are very conscious of time. You know, again, as I said, one example, maybe they are working, maybe they are partying, I don't know. I mean, majority, okay, I'm not saying whole, like 100%. If I have to just say 75% of the women, they will always say that it's getting late, I have to go back home. This is one thing that women somewhere, they pull themselves back. And there are many reasons why a woman is saying that. So the it's one way it's good, other way it's not. Well, we need to balance. We need to balance. We need to balance. That is why God has created man and a woman, right? So we need to understand the value of that also. I'm not criticizing. This is not the only thing. But yes, to an extent, this is what the time limitations, the time foundations that given to a woman, that this is the time. Oh, if you have a son and a daughter both, I mean, to me also, if son is going for play, I will say, okay, come back by 8:30 p.m. With my daughter, I'll say, come back by 7:30 p.m. It happens. It's natural. It happens. Time makes it all difference. Yeah.
And also, like, there are women who want to step out of their, like you mentioned sometime back, that there are women who have never come out of home or being in the
Yes.
motherhood, they are just settled with that motherhood, they don't step out. But
Mm-hmm.
there's also a segment who have a lot of chaos within, but they feel stuck, they feel unseen. So, what message would you have for women who have everything going on inside, but they are not taking a step ahead? What would be your message for them?
See, Nivedita, there may be many reasons why the person is not taking any call on it. Okay, it will be very unfair to comment on this. But if you remember in the beginning, I said that you have to love yourself. Then only you can give love. It's a give and take relationship. You need to love yourself. You need to understand yourself. Every woman who knows that, yes, somewhere I have to do that, but not doing it, please love yourself. Please give time to yourself. See the pros and cons. If I don't do this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what will happen? See, women are intelligent. Woman is only one, like God has gifted entirely. It's a complete. Women are complete. So give time to yourself and see. I would like not to comment because there are many scenarios. If I say one, the woman will say, no, I have this other thing. So situational, it depends. But yeah, take out time to understand yourself. and do whatever is good for you. Don't limit yourself not doing it. After every ease, everything you have, and if you are not taking a call on it, then yes, that is totally your fault. But yeah, take out your time and think yourself for yourself first. Even in flight, also they said, no, put the oxygen mask for yourself first, then you help. Oh, yeah, this things comes. This things comes. Yeah.
Okay. So, talking about another segment of women, if we are talking about women who are strong, who are independent.
Mhm.
So, what is that one myth about strong women that you would like to break?
One myth about strong women.
Yes.
I mean, what people think, the people perception about
Yes.
the
Out
one
of
woman
judgment. They are always judged.
judge.
So, what is one judgment about strong women which you think is a myth and that
Okay.
should not be there?
That will connect to your question, two or three questions back. That will connect to this. The myth is that अरे इनको तो पूरा freedom मिला हुआ है, ये तो कुछ भी कर लेते हैं. But वो कुछ भी करने के लिए, what a woman goes through, that the other person doesn't. Got it? When people see me, she will do anything. She will come whenever the time is given. Whenever meeting, meeting कर दो वो आ जाएगी. But you don't know what are the back, you know, back में क्या चल रहा है, you will not understand. So that's the myth. अरे वो तो बिंदा से आ जाएगी. But वो आ जाएगी के लिए कितने जो women struggle करके जो आती है ना, वो उनको समझ में नहीं आता. So that myth somewhere, वो तो कर लेगी बिंदा से. No, every woman struggles a lot to come to that phase where बिंदा से comes. So that's what.
Great. So many things to learn from you. One very important question that I would like to ask you is, uh, one is how do you protect your mental health with all the things that you're doing? Because again, being in the area where you're working as a counselor, anything as a parenting counselor, as a career counselor, there's a lot of like you said that there are so many things that you see. People come to you with so many thoughts, so we also need to de-stress out of that and then work ahead. So how do you protect your mental health? And secondly, very important question, second part of this is talking about success. If I ask you, how do you define success today compared to what success meant to you maybe 20 years back, or as a very, when we are very, very young adults. So how does that definition of success change?
Okay. So the first question was that how I protect my mental thing, right? With so many things going around. Okay. De-stressing, there could be many method. Okay. But I would say the instant method is do what gives you happiness. That doesn't mean that, stepping out, partying, pursuing a hobby. No, I'm not saying that. Even if one cup of masala chai gives you the happiness, do it then when it is required. When it is not required and you have been offered the best of the coffee or tea in the world, that doesn't have a value. Okay. So, I would like to say here, I know you have been, where you went through all this training and all. I haven't been. But I never want to stress on the word called, depression, stressing, all this thing. I don't want to. I always say that there's nothing called, depression or stress. Where it is not, you tell me, Nivedita. Which one you will point? The moment you wake up from your bed, your time starts. Okay? And you are unable to fulfill that, that is a depression. So, how would you like to define it? There's no definition for me. It has to go on, it is with you. So that is why I say that do whatever the simplest of the thing that you want. If you want to read just one chapter, one line of the book gives you happiness, do that every day to protect your mental health. Mental health is not about, when you will be stressed out, when you'll be under depression, you are taking care of the mental thing, you are going to the psychologist, you are going to this. No. Mental health is as important as taking bath every day, taking sleep every day, putting your cream, moisturizing and all. Being a woman, I'm saying. So it is same like that. Okay. So mental health, you take care like that. As your baby, you do whatever you like. If you like, when you are mentally stressed and you want to do multitasking, you want to wash clothes, you want to cook food, at the same time you want to listen to news or music, do whatever you want. There is no specific medicine for that. There's no specific treatment for that. And please understand, whatsoever treatment you give, unless and until you try to accept it that this is going to happen with me now and then, and there's nothing called this big, big bombarding vocabularies. This is life. School. It is school. It is school. Otherwise, we won't be able to step out of the bed. I'm telling you. Because been through, right? We've been through. So being resilient every phase of life, which is not easy, but make it a habit. That's it. And the second segment you said, sorry, what was the question?
Yeah,
Yes, I
so I was asking about success, like when as young adults, what success means to us, and as today, when you've had like a long experienced life,
got it.
how does the definition differ?
Got it. Got it. To me, success is very different. Okay. To everyone, the success is very different. To be very precise, I being very young, I never thought. Okay, you will say that Jimmy झूठ बोल रही है. No, because success क्या है मेरे को पता ही नहीं है. What is success? I don't know. What I know is what duty I have to do. If I'm fulfilling my duty, my responsibility that has been given by the people, by myself, whatsoever, if I'm able to do everything in that time that has been granted to me, that is success for me. Success is not measurable, we cannot. It's an ocean. Can you measure the ocean? And it might take any shape, any size, anything. So it is like that. It's a big ocean. How will you take out a drop of water and you will say, this is what I wanted? No. So success means whatever is given to you, if you can fulfill, if you finish in a time, if you are happy with it, that's success for you. And with the happiness, I will not say that sit down with that happiness, the contentment. No. You have more drive to learn, you have more drive to go ahead in life, you have the zeal to live your life, that is a success. The moment you will stand still, your success is gone. So success comes with the failure, success comes with the failure. The more you are, experiencing the failure in life, you are stepping ahead to the success. And I did. Why I'm saying that? I did. I failed, then I came back. I'm doing this. This is good. This is good for me. Yeah, who doesn't want? Every day is a new day. Who don't want to conquer the world? But how far, how long, where? All the questions, all the W's and the H comes. So success is where you do your work and you can at least sleep peacefully at night. You got the success for the day.
Absolutely. I totally agree with this because I also believe in success being your peace. If you're able to protect your peace, you're able to do what you want to do, you're able to deal with people the way you want to. End of the game is that you are at peace within.
Yes,
That
yes.
is
You did all your tick, tick, tick for the day gone. You are successful. Simple logic.
yeah, and I also want to highlight one point here, like you rightly said about depression, stress, and everything. I think there is more labeling of situations these days. And
Yes.
because generally, like, even kids talk about being stressed, and that is
Yes.
actually it's a matter of concern because they are not knowing what it means or what the
Yes.
real depression or what the real stress is.
Right. Right.
They are labeling their emotions that ways.
Yeah. And it's kind of, it is a kind of a very favorite vocabulary for everyone. It's in these days. I'm under depression. Oh my God, I'm under depression. What is this? Anyways, that's generation changes and let it happen. It will go off with the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. So uh, Jimmy, I had like lot of insights from you. Really loved talking to you.
Pleasure.
Uh, Concluding to coming towards the conclusion, this is the signature Shrishti question that we ask every guest. So I want you to share one lesson that you want all the listeners, all of us to carry from your life experience. One lesson that we should, carry. When we remember Jimmy, we remember this lesson. Something like that.
Love yourself. Be who you are. You need not to change. Do what you want. Unless and until you are not hurting anyone, you are not hurting the creator, the universe, just go ahead. Just go ahead. And everything will fall in place. Nothing falls in place that soon. You can't just sit back and relax and expect the things to change. Just go with the time. Just go with the flow. cry, laugh, sad, happiness, jumping, sitting, sleeping, whatever God has gifted us, we have been the finest creation of the Creator. Take everything, all the liberty that you want to take from this creation. Just leave it alive. Forget about everything. Love yourself, do what you want, be yourself, do not change yourself. You put yourself first, and everything will fall in place. That's all.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for this lesson. And thank you for everything that you shared on the episode today. Lot of inspiration coming from you. And I really appreciate what you have done in life, what you're doing in life. And I hope to stay in touch with you. Thank you very much for your time again.
All my pleasure. As I said in the beginning, also, this is a great opportunity. You always feel good to be connected with people of the like-minded and then share what your life experiences are. As I said, that this is not only a conversation. Many people will listen to it. Many people will be, inspired by this. So you are doing a good job. You are doing a good job. You have created a platform where women can at least, talk about what they want to, and with the very, very much valid questions. And I'm sure with the sense of humor, my friends always appreciate the sense of humor I have. With the kind of sense of humor, a little bit here and there, I'm sure you have enjoyed this talk.
I'm sure everyone will. Whoever listens to the episode, they'll definitely enjoy the conversation. And yes,
Thank
I
you.
don't know how much I can spread it out, but I know whoever spends some time on something like this would like they are going to get the key takeaways, and which are really helpful.
If
So
nothing, at least a smile.
yes,
Yeah, that's all. So thank you, Nivedita. Thank you for this opportunity once again. And I wish you all the best and your foundation to go ahead, get more, appreciation and the laurel in our society.
thank you.